It's come down to this. I mean, there has been plenty of opportunities. The Giants, oh my God, I mean, even against the Chargers at one point, the Bears, we should have had some games this season, so we weren't put in this position. But with so much turmoil, so much chaos, and so much just heartbreak through this year and many of the years after that Super Bowl appearance, the Las Vegas Raiders, my Raiders, your Raiders, have a chance to make the playoffs once again. And the one year we didn't go, Derek Carr, he should have been in the playoffs, but he got injured. And after that injury, he's never been kind of the same. But the Raiders, it's all up to them, man. It's all up to the players. It really is up to the players, honestly. And yes, you could say the play calling, the coaches too have to get these guys ready, absolutely. But the guys themselves have to want to make an appearance. They have to be as desperate and as the fire within has to really come out, just like their diehard fans. I mean, I think the fans have more fire and ferocity than sometimes the Raider players. And for Derek Carr, he's gotten so much hate, and I'm not gonna lie here. I'm just not gonna sit here and say I don't disagree with some of the hate that's been thrown his way. How many seasons he's been with us, and he has gotten us a winning record before, but unfortunately he couldn't make those playoffs. But he just has to be better. I mean, there's quarterbacks out there that barely in their third year, second year, and look at Joe Burrow, man. Joe Burrow he does have weapons though. That's the problem with Carr is he doesn't necessarily have the all the tools. The defense has been horrible the last decade. But with Hunter Renfrow coming out and just being a baller and being like this Julian Edelman, just really killing it and helping Carr, and then with Darren Waller hopefully returning now with the reports of him, saying he doesn't really want to be there. He doesn't really want to play for the Raiders. That's yet to be seen. We don't know the whole story. I mean, there's always a lot of behind the scenes stuff, especially with the Raider organization. Sometimes it's not a environment of a winning environment that Mr. Al Davis has presented in the past, and now that he's gone, it's just a different era. And these are different times, and that's what I'm saying. The Raider players are gonna have to want to absolutely ball out. They gotta ball out because the Colts, yes, it was a challenging opponent, especially with Jonathan Taylor. He still got his yards, but I think we did a good job bottling them up. The defense came to play, and then Carr was steady turnovers, of course, but he still drove. He still drove the last drive, and we still were able to to win it with Carlson's kick, which is great. Yeah, give that guy all the money in the world, right? Hopefully Darren Waller comes back. He has another tool. I think Brian Edwards, man, has been the biggest bust this year. I thought he was just going to be amazing, but if you watch a lot of film, he just isn't able to separate from his defender, which is shockingly. And yes, he can go up and he's a big guy and get the ball, but he needs separation as well. That's why Hunter Renfrow has been outstanding with his route running and at his hands as well. So I thought the officiating of the Colts and Raiders game was absolutely horrendous, and I know the NFL's after the Las Vegas Raiders organization, and they don't really like the Raiders. It doesn't make any sense because a Raiders Super Bowl appearance would absolutely bring in all the money in the world, but it's just been that way since Al Davis was the head of charge of all this, and I think but it's not just the officiating. I mean, us as a team too. In order to beat the Chargers, we have to clean it up. We have to be better and not beat ourselves. We have to stop doing boneheaded penalties at the red zone, and we have to convert all these drives to touchdowns, because if we don't, then the Chargers are going to have their way with us, just like they did in the first appearance or first time we met them this year in 2021. Now it's 2022. So this is the rematch. This is Derek Carr. He's the leader of this team. Obviously, he's the one that has to get this team ready to go. And what Bosa said about him, he's got to be fired up. He's got to be actually ready to throw the needle. I would actually like him to have like a little far energy to him to really sling it, be a gunslinger, throw it to your guys. I think Zay Jones had a monster game. You put him in there, Hunter Renfrow, of course, and then the running game is either a hit or a miss. Looks like Jacobs got a little bit banged up, but you got Barber in the backfield too, and then you had Rashard converting that crucial first down. So I think it has to all come together going against the Chargers, because the Chargers, I mean, they're in it too. They're in it for the playoff spot. It's not like it's just us; it's them too. They want to get to the playoffs. Justin Herbert is an outstanding quarterback. I give so much props to this guy, and Eckler's a monster too when he's a monster. And Keenan Allen can really torch us as well. The tight end game is what kills us mostly, but I need the defense to absolutely step up. But most importantly, the offense has to be better than the defense this game. Because that's the reason why the defense is so tired, is because the offense are always off the field. So if the Raiders really want it, if they want to do it for their fans, if they want to do it for Mr. John Madden, who just lived a great life, will always be a legend in not only the Raider organization but the NFL as a whole, and just icon in general, the Raiders have to be able to want to. They want it. They have to want it. And they can't come in slow. They can't come in flat. They got to be able to throw the ball downfield. That's what we got Deshaun Jackson for. So I hope that this is going to be huge. I mean, the NFL knows it's going to be huge because they put it on prime time. And on Sunday, NFL prime time. So it's a big deal, man. This is a big deal for a lot of Raider fans. This is a big deal for Derek Carr. This is a big deal for the whole coaching staff. This is a big deal. If we make it into the playoffs, a realistic Raider fan will say the chances of making it to the Super Bowl are very, very slim. But a realistic Raider fan would say if we make it to the playoffs, we're a dangerous team. We can put together wins, and we can be a danger to whoever we face. And you can never say never. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks made it to the Super Bowl when they're the worst, one of the worst records heading into there, and we're a talented team. It's just we lost a lot of pieces. There's a lot of controversy, a lot of chaos, but we're a talented team, and I think the defense. I still stand by it, even though the defense has given up about the same amount of scoring in the past. This is a better defense if they're healthy. This is definitely a better defense. It's a better coverage. The rookies have come up. They came to play. You have the defensive. If the defensive line could really put some pressure on Herbert, and if Max Crosby can lead that and just bring these guys and get at least 5 sacks in this next game, we're gonna be money. And that goes on the other side. The offensive line. That is the one problem. Is the offensive line. It has not. That's why Carr is kind of. I like Carr stepping up, but he's got to watch out, because if he steps up, they're watching that on film. But it's good that he's stepping up and he's throwing it downfield. Sometimes you do the check downs and you get that nice, get some yardage, get a first down. But sometimes you really got to look at the middle of the field, and you really got to kind of go deep. But it's the wide receivers, it's the O-line that has to give Derek Carr time, and the O-line has been absolutely trashed this season compared to last season and these 2 seasons ago. The O-line has been absolutely just ripped apart, but it is what it is, and you got to work what you got. And so yeah, guys. I mean, the Raiders. I am impressed how much they're fighting, and they're actually winning the games instead of like last minute meltdowns where they lose by 3 points. It's a little bit, like I said, a different feel to it this season. It shouldn't have been come down to the wire like this, but some of these games, I guess it's appropriate because some of these games have been giving me a damn heart attack. We need to take care of business. If they want it, they need to beat the Chargers. And I know they can. It's not going to be an easy game. I would love for a blowout so I don't have to have a damn heart attack. But if we can do it, then, playoffs, it's a slim chance. It's a slim chance we make it to the Super Bowl, but it's still a chance. And we are dangerous. I think people don't really want to see us in the playoffs because we can bring it. Because it's just it's a different feel, man. It's a different attitude when once you're in the playoffs. I think all those players feel something different, and they feel more motivated. They need to be motivated. This is a playoff game right here. This is a motivational game right here. This is going to show us if the Raiders have a bright future, because they got pieces. They definitely absolutely need to do some stuff next off season, and they need to bring in a head coach. Head coach probably wants to bring their own quarterback, or if we're going to bring Carr back, trades are probably going to happen. There's going to be a lot of things happening, but there is key pieces in this Raider team that must stay. Hunter Renfrow must stay. Max Crosby, Nate Hobbs, there's a lot of good. There's some good draft picks in here, and there's room to improve. Jonathan Abrams is out for the season. Maybe he takes his time to really get his head in the playbook, really kind of just focus and just really get better as a player. I like Jonathan Abrams. I think we should keep him at least a couple more seasons to see what this guy's got. He's a hard hitter. He's a great coverage wise. I think you move him maybe to linebacker. Who knows? But yeah, guys, I'm looking forward to seeing the game. I will be off, so I'll be able to watch it, and I'm absolutely hope that the Raiders don't disappoint the fans. They don't disappoint themselves, and they play. This is the biggest game in a while since the Raiders have, and this is definitely this is going to show us, man. This is really going to show us what this Raider organization is all about. So let's just win, baby. I'm Dan the Man, aka Danny's son. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. More Raider videos will be on the way. RIP John Madden, what a legend. And yeah, guys, let's go Raiders.